Hi. I just got home from a short little run. I say short, but it's my normal. So, yeah, I think I ran about a mile and it was like 12 and a half minutes, which is, again, my normal. So, trying to increase that. But, anyways, sorry, I'm so gross and red in the face, and I'll sweat. That's gross. But, yeah, just got back from my run. It's about 12:30 or something like that. That was probably the wind, I think. I hope. Either that or the resident ghost. This morning I woke up at like 7, and stayed up on my phone for quite a while, maybe like an hour. After that, from like 8 to 11, I finished this book. I'm not a big reader. I've never been a big reader, but I finished this in a total reading time of probably like 6 or 6.5 hours or something, which is really good for me because I never read ever over the past like less than 24 hours. I started reading it yesterday at 1300. I spent like 3 hours reading it then until 4, and then I finished it this morning with another 3 hours. And really good. Got me thinking a little bit. So I like annotated in the book, like, I don't know if you can see that. I like to write in my books to like make notes for myself whenever I do read, because I feel like I get more out of it and stuff. But anyways, I did that. There were like certain points in this book. Part of the reason that that I read it so quickly, for me especially, and like it's not a long book. It's little, and it's like it's not long. It's like 200 pages, but still, I don't read, so this is good for me. This is great for me, and I'm gonna take that as a victory. There were a lot of moments, a lot of lines, and a lot of parts of this book that as I read it, there were a few parts of it, a few things that I like circled or underlined or whatever that I wanted to go back to, and just like make a note of for myself, just because like it stuck out for whatever reason. Some of it was like, oh, that like sounds like me, or like that sounds like how I want to be, or something, meaningful, or reminded me of my friend, or like made me laugh, or reminded me that I really am a romantic. See what that says? I really am a romantic. Or the part where he's talking in his letter, and he says, I'm saying this assuming that people know what this is, and yeah, I'm not going to explain it, mostly because this is just for me anyways. But November 7th, 1991. Dear friend, it was one of those days that I didn't mind going to school because the weather was so pretty. The sky was overcast with clouds, and the air felt like a warm bath. I don't think I ever felt that clean before. When I got home, I had to mow the lawn for my allowance, and I didn't mind one bit. I just listened to the music and breathed in the day and remembered things. Things like walking around the neighborhood and looking at the houses and the lawns and the colorful trees, and having that be enough. And I wrote at the top of that, I want to feel like that every day. Like, because I know that like feeling that he was describing, the author was describing here, and I'm like, every day should be like that. Why? I guess if every day felt like that, then no days would feel like that. But I don't know. It's like that simplicity there, and just like having like everything be enough for you, and like not wanting more, and just like not having like high expectations. Like, I don't know. But my favorite thing that, or the most resonating one for me, was page 169. So Charlie's talking in his letter about a book he read. And he's talking about like a part in the book where a character tells another character, I would die for you, but I won't live for you. And the thing that stuck with me is right after that, he says something like that. I think the idea is that every person has to live for his or her own life, and then make the choice to share it with other people. And yeah, I'm like, that stuck with me because obviously like I need to be starting to live for myself because I haven't been, but I'm trying to get back on that. Or like, yeah, so circled that, underlined that, and I starred that. I want to read more. This inspired me a lot. I am really looking forward to summer now because I do plan to do a lot of reading. And I'm not trying to make this sound like, oh my god, I read one book, now I'm a reader. I'm not, but I would like to try to read more. I have so many books that I want to read. I'm looking at my bookcase. So many books that I've collected in stacks and on my bookshelf and like on a stack in the corner of my room on the floor that I really want to read. It's just that I've never put in the time to do it and made the time to do it. But I plan to change that, especially with the summer, because I'll have some time off from academics, from school, and that'll be really nice. What else can I update you on? It's nice today. It's really nice today. There's this kid across the street. I'm looking out my window right now. I live in a townhouse, and I don't want you to know where I live, but I live in a townhouse, and so I'm like looking at the other side of the street, and like across from me and a little bit this way, there's this like boy, probably middle school or early high school, and he always comes outside with his jump rope, and I love it. I'm like, go you kid, you got it. His choice activity is jump roping by himself. He might be an only child. I don't know. I can't imagine being an only child. I only have one sister, obviously, but, well, not obviously to Vince, because I know he's watching this. But, like, even that, like, I can't imagine being an only child after having, like, a sister, like, after growing up with, like, someone around all the time, like, near my age. We're 2 years apart, so it's, like, not super big of a gap or anything like that, and, like, having, like, someone to, I don't know, get up in the morning with, like, for school, and like, help me wake up in the morning for whatever it was, middle school, high school, whatever it was, because I would never get up on time, and I would always snooze my alarms on accident. And yeah, I don't know, like, it was just nice growing up with, like, a sister. I can't imagine being an only child, and I don't plan to have an only child either. I plan to have multiple children, like 3 or 4, because that's the domesticated girl in me. I guess what I'm getting at with that, though, is, like, I never felt like completely lonely, you know, because I had a sister around, like, maybe not around all the time, but, like, she was, like, around. So when I was 4 months old, my parents got divorced, and my mom and my sister and I all moved into my grandparents' house, like, nearby. But we lived there, and we were all sleeping in one room in the same bed. I was a baby. My sister was, like, what, 2.5 then? And my mom, it was just us 3. So we, like, all, like, just climbed into one bed and, like, you know, slept together, because that's just how it was. We were living in my grandparents' home. And then when we moved into my house, I was 4 years old, and I don't remember why, but I think we all started out, like, sleeping in my room, in my bed that I currently have in my room, before, like, maybe things weren't done in the other room, but I don't know for sure. Maybe they just weren't set up. I don't know, but my point is, we all slept in the same bed here, and so, like, I wasn't used to, like, sorry. So, like, I wasn't used to sleeping alone in, like, my own room with, like, my own bed, and, like, this isn't an issue. I'm not trying to make it sound like, oh my god, I have so much, but it's not enough. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do. But what I'm saying is, like, I was little, and I wasn't, like, comfortable sleeping alone, I guess, because I had never really had to, never done it. And so I was little, and I would, like, crawl into my sister's room at night, and, like, not even crawl in, she let me do it, and, like, I would set up a sleeping bag on the floor next to her bed, so she'd be, like, up in her bed, and I'd be on the floor in my sleeping bag. And it was cute. Sorry, I looked down, there's a lady walking outside. I'm pretty sure she heard me, because my window's wide open. But yeah, I don't know, it was just cute, because, like, I didn't even remember that for a while, but once I was reminded of that, when my sister said it, like, sometime, like, this year, I think, I was just like, oh my god, you're right, that's cute, that's so cute of us. Thanks for letting me sleep in your room in a sleeping bag. I think it was an Ariel, the Little Mermaid sleeping bag, I'm pretty sure. Maybe, I don't know. Things were so simple when we were young. I remember being little, and I was already aware that I, like, did not want to grow up. And, like, of course now, like, things are different, like, in terms of, like, oh, I want to, like, have all my freedom, and, like, I'm excited to turn 21 this summer because I'll be able to drink legally, and, like, things like that. But, like, things were so much simpler when you're a little kid and you can't, like, you don't have shit to worry about yet, you know? And, like, I kind of miss that. I think everybody probably misses that a little bit, even if they don't want to admit it. Because things are so much, like, simpler. That's the best word I have. And, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Growing up is weird, especially right now. Things are weird right now in the world. Anyway, I don't know where that came from. That was a weird rant that I wasn't expecting. So, haha, anyways, I guess what I'll do is kind of go over my progress with what I said I would work on. The self-discipline in academics, clearly not that great over the past day. But what's better is the self-discipline with exercise, I guess. I didn't run yesterday, but I ran the day before and I ran today. So that was good. The running was the next one. So clearly that's a little better. And then the vlogging, here we are, hello. Fashion styling. I don't think there's much progress on this right now. Yesterday, or the last video I made, I was wearing this exact sweatshirt and another pair of running shorts. Ha! So, great. Networking. Haven't done shit. I saw some people outside on my run, and we each were like, it's one sidewalk, right? And this is the sidewalk. And so, like, I'm here, and they're here behind me, and I'm just onto, like, the curb on the road, and then they just keep going, and then I'm like, and keep going, you know? So, that's as much human interaction that I've had in the past 3 days. I don't know. Besides my family, I mean. But that's good. Yeah, okay. I journaled yesterday a good amount during my 3-hour-long online class. And it was pretty good. Sorry to my professor that I have a habit of journaling during the class. It's just that we take so long to do stupid things. So I'm gonna keep doing it. And it was a really good, like, journal session because, I don't know, I journaled about, like, the kind of continuation of the day before and, like, talking to Vince, and that was a really good thing. And I wrote down some of the words that, like, Vince said to me that were really touching. In case anybody else is wondering who's not Vince and who doesn't know me and Vince, Vince is my best friend. I could say that normally, like, oh, Vince is my best friend, but I feel like I have to say it like, Vince is my best friend, you know? I don't know why it's like that. We're just, I don't know. But yeah, we're a great team. He's a really good pal. And so I wrote a little about that, and that was cool, and I'm not gonna read it to you because that's none of your business. And, I will read this part. This boy is truly my best friend. I love him! 3 exclamation points. So funny, so on the same level / page. So, in all caps, fun! Love, love, love. Smiley face. Love, H. That's me. Alright. I don't really have any more updates, so I'm gonna leave because it's been 18 minutes and 17 seconds that I've been talking to myself. So, goodbye. Maybe I will see you later, and, peace out.